Hey, point of view to point at who? Middle finger pointed to. I am one of chosen few to live it as a golden rule. In a room of dinner fools, perpetrating ridicule in the middle of interviews. Refusal to tell the truth, confusing a little youth. Be a mini version you. Think about when I grow up, when you're old as 32. Talk about your enemies and how they want to murder you. Form an image of a man, take a look what it turned into. Tell me what the heck your children really want to learn from you. Be a felony, walk the strip as a prostitute. Tell me what it constitute attention from the negative. Now we blame the president instead of get ahead of it.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for coming on in here. I hope you guys, well, I've seen some of you guys over in the Vegan Queens Crown 'em Up show. If you missed it, please go back and watch it because you are definitely in for some entertainment, okay? But tonight is all about C Keys. So, raw and uncut. With me, your girl Twixx, and LBC Face. We are here for you, and we're bringing C Keys all the way from Oakland. That Bay Area is going to be in the building, so you guys make sure you have questions, you know where to go. In that little question box on the right side of your screen below. Thank y'all for coming in. Share the live, share the live, share the live. And make sure you guys let everybody know it's West Side tonight in here, okay? Face, I'm a
How you doing, Queen? Hello, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Hello, how are you? I'm doing okay. I am just getting ready to see what's going on with this show tonight.
Yeah, I got a chance to hear.
Did you get a chance to hear anything?
I wanted to, just talk to him about it. You know, it's different. So it's different and it's interesting. You know, so it's a totally different vibe for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm into music. If it got a good feel to it, then I'm for it. I'm all for it.
Right.
I'm all for it.
Yes. You guys make sure you share this live out. I know it's the Friday before Easter, but I appreciate you guys being here. LBC Face is in the building. So we're going to go ahead and bring in C Keys. Let me make sure he's still here.
Top of it, yeah. Top of it.
Okay, let me grab him back. Let me see. Because I want to make sure that we have enough time because, you know, our hour goes. That thing flies by. But that's what, just what happens like that. So make sure you guys share the live. I'm going to do that too while we're doing this. So how was
good. It was great.
How was your week?
Work,
how was everything with you?
Stay focused. Work and stay focused. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Man, keep repeating the process.
That's all we really can do. Is work and stay focused. That's right. That's right. Keep those spirits up. You already know what we've gone through has been a lot. So that's why I do appreciate this. And again, you guys, if you missed Crown 'em Up tonight, make sure you guys go to the Vegan Queen Cherie's page and watch it.
Yes, yeah.
And let's see. So anyway, what you guys are hearing in the background, cheers. But I had some ginger tea. I had ginger tea.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, at least you're supporting the culture. You know, that's what's important. You know what I mean? That's what's important. In a minute, we're going to have...
Hello.
Hello.
Mic check. Let me turn this around here.
Turn it around.
There we go. Oh, back in action, like 11 left.
Right.
I've seen all the mess in there trying to go through my wardrobe.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yes, thank you.
You got the right outfit on. That's good. You're welcome. So C Keys, all the way from Oakland, California.
Am I back in?
Right.
There you go.
There you go. You got it all set up right there. Okay, we back.
There.
I appreciate y'all. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate that. I mean that. Truly, I thank you.
Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, thank you for having us.
No, we thank you.
It's nothing.
What
It's
you
nothing.
think?
It's nothing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, our hour goes by so fast, so forgive me if I kind of just jump into it, but I have a few things that I want to know, and I know LBC Face, he wants to know some things too. So real quick, C Keys, when did
Oh, that's
that
a great
come
question.
to
C
life? When
Keys
was
was
C
actually
Keys born?
born about 2012. So prior to that, I was known as the infamous MC. Was known for battle rapping through Oakland, California. A lot of trips to LA. Shout out to Madlib. Shout out to Ono. Put out my first album doing battle music, and infamous didn't suit me. Especially when I started understanding the definition of what infamous stood for.
Okay.
And I figured my alter ego is myself. It's just a more animated version of my reality.
Yeah. I can see that with your post that you have for us on IG. It's all animated, but I love it because it's like it brings you in and then it slaps you around, and you're like, wait, hold on, I wasn't ready for that. So I appreciate that. What made you start doing those type of things?
Oh, that's a great
With having
question.
the
So
graphics more
shout
so
out
than
to my
just
sister
your
DJ
own image.
Rockstar. At the time, I was just doing some random freestyles, and she was like, you know what? Why don't you just create a page strictly dedicated to freestyles? She said, and you can call it Your Alter Ego. I said, you know what? That's a great. So Your Alter Ego _1 was the IG post, and I just started posting random freestyles, and I would do like 14 to 20 a day. And eventually I got to about 5,000 of them. And I'm like, I know I set a Guinness record. But then my sis was like, you know what? I got a suggestion for you. Why don't you change your background? Why don't you add a green screen? Let's try doing some animation. Let's spice it up a little bit. So, that just created, more of an environment that was more creative. And aside from the freestyles, the visuals along with that.
Yeah. No, I mean, like we do, it takes people learning so many different ways, and you're hitting like a lot of the senses in that. So, I love the way you're
I'm
putting
sorry,
that
could you
together.
repeat the
What do
last
you
part of
think?
that?
What do you think about what he has going on?
No.
I was asking
Hey,
LBC Face what he thought about your page and your graphics.
Knowing that you're from Oakland, knowing, a lot of my partners that's from Oakland, from East Oakland, West Oakland, knowing, what I'm saying, how it fits. It fits. You know what I'm saying? It fits. It's just the whole get down it fits everything about you. Like, and
Thank you.
another thing is like, what was your motivation, for what you started to become?
You know what? That's a great point you bring up there. I'll try to be quick with this because that's dynamic. My first feature was on the Street Thugs album. On the song, it was called The Family. We had Deuce Deuce, America's Most Wanted, NTO, Street Thugs, Jet Black, Rappin' Ron, and Diddley Dog. The song was produced by Twixx. And Rappin' Ron was the first freestyle MC during that time. And people got to understand the dynamics of Rappin' Ron. We're talking about the 90s. Somebody that does what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, on a whole nother level. He was like my Yoda. So I was always afraid to freestyle. I moved to Union City, went to Logan High School. Shout out to my boy, Pin Up from Miscellaneous. He was like, you're about to battle. He said, all that gangster rap stuff, you're not a gangster. You may have grown up around that in Oakland, but I know you. So what we're going to do is take you to this cipher over here. And basically, battle rapping is like, we used to call capping, telling jokes or doing the dozens. Cap wasn't what they call it now. So he was like, yeah, it's like capping, but you rhyming at the end. So that was my first battle. I blanked out. The crowd went wild, and he looked at me. He said, dude, you're infamous. And that's how the name came about. So every time I would see G.O. Twixx, who produced The Family, who knew Rappin' Ron and Diddley personally, he would always ask me, you think you better than Rapping Ron? But at that time, I wasn't really freestyling like that.
Right.
So it made me realize he, as an experienced producer, saw something in me that allowed me to be on a level of that sort. And every day, I just wanted to have a conversation with people. So to me, it's not freestyle rap. I'm bilingual. It's a second language to me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. If you guys have not heard his music, please go to See Keys on every streaming platform and really listen to it. You can separate the lyrics from the beat and listen to the production. You can take the lyrics and just listen to that without the beat, and it's just, you're gonna go on a whirlwind. So make sure you guys do yourself a favor and go and listen to that. I have a question about your bio. I like the way you lead with it, because you're like a husband and a father. That was first and foremost before anything. Who just happens to be a lyricist. I like that though, because you put the spin on it, like, you know, don't play me, like I'm here, I'm gonna do the stand-up thing, but I'm gonna get you with that mic, so, or with that pen rather. So where is it that you want to go with this? Because to me, you look like a comedian, an actor, you know, a singer, lyricist. Like,
I've always said this. For me, life is a stage, and we all have a final curtain call. Right. So how do you want to write your script? And even as a child, I decided I was a Muppet baby. Realized they probably left that room twice. That was go to a dentist appointment, and when they snuck out the room and ended up in the bathroom or something. Don't ask me how I remember this. But they never left their room, but they were everywhere, you know. And the first part of that song always stuck with me to this day. When they asked, they said, when you're all alone and you wish you were there, you close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. I'm just a vessel. So if I open my stage to the energy that is able to enter me, I can perform at an immense level. So whether it's lyricism, whether it's acting, whether it's telling jokes, for me, that life stage is entertainment, and I want to give it my all.
Not to cut you off.
Well, you're definitely doing it.
Monster want to know what Bay Area rapper inspire you.
Back then, it was Rapping Ron, hands down. I just wanted to be one of the dopest lyricists. Look, respect to everybody. To me, there's no such thing as the greatest rapper,
right?
Or the greatest lyricist, because it's all conversation. That's like asking who can speak the best English, Grey Poupon style. You know what I mean? There's no such thing. It's dependent on the mood, determines what you gravitate towards in that moment. But if you put me in a booth and you throw topics out, I don't care who it is, famous or not famous, they're going to have a tough time with keys. So that's where I kind of see myself in the future, is when I'm gone 100 years from now, this can be the words that people live by. Because in my improvisational freestyles, the topic is conversation. You can get a point of view. It's not just me throwing out random stuff. So I'm always dropping nuggets. It's just me conversating life's lessons in a rhyming form.
Classic.
Yeah, for sure. In your song, the introduction is the first song on Nicest MC. What was going on with you when I opened up, you guys, if you're wondering, I opened up the show with that song playing. What inspired that
growing up
song?
in Oakland, what I loved about growing up on 98th Avenue, Columbian Gardens, is that when I was outside playing, even though the crack dealers sold crack to my dad, if I was out there trying to get on or get put on, they'd say, no, get your ass away from here. You not like this. Right. You're not built for this.
Right.
You are built for something different. Yeah. And he said, I'm going to tell your mama and your daddy, and they're going to beat your ass for trying to be around us.
For sure.
And what that did is it created a purgatory lane for me. So I wasn't hood enough for the turf, but I wasn't sophisticated enough for the corporate world. So I played this purgatory of looking in the middle and saying, yeah, we have these problems, but how are we participating in causing these problems?
Right.
Yeah, there's a disadvantage, but how can we get an advantage? I'm getting sick of seeing the same old same. I'm getting tired of hearing the same old complaining. So now let me put a mirror in front of me as a black man that represents on behalf of other black men, and this is what I feel. And that's how that intro came about. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful, you guys. Please make sure you the nicest MC is the name of the album. It's the name of that project. It's the first track. So if you forget the name, it's called the introduction. But just in case you forget, it's number one. Okay, just go and play it, and you will definitely entertain. It's like it's entertaining. It's you're filling with knowledge. You can drive to it. Like you can just groove to this. You know what I mean? And just like it'll put you in a mind state of just kind of exploring. Like you said, close your mind, your eyes. You can be anywhere. It takes you on a journey, and then it makes you want to figure out how to save, just how to save humankind. How are we going to come together? So
No.
I was just gonna say, shout out to
that.
Centric, the producer. He produced all the tracks on Nicest MC. So definitely shout out to Centric.
Yeah. Please shout out Centric because you did. Y'all came together with a great recipe, and I want y'all to go out and buy it.
Are you
really deserve
familiar with another guy
Yeah.
by the name of Infamous from out of Oakland too?
No. Is he recent?
Yeah.
Or has he been around?
Okay. We're around the same age. I'm 45, so I think he's 44. He's a twin. He's a twin.
No, I wasn't aware. I remember there was an Infamous Syndicate, and Shauna, she can rap too. She used to do music with Ludacris. She was in the Infamous Syndicate, but that name was given to me by someone else.
Right.
So I have no quarrel with someone else being referred to as Infamous, and if they choose that name and for whatever their reason, I respect that.
No.
It's just for me, I didn't. But I wasn't aware. I wasn't familiar.
I was asking because he also is a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And so I you know what I'm saying, was just like, what would be the coincidence that both of them are connected somehow?
And he's from Oakland?
He's out there. He's Case.
Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Yeah, I'll definitely support his music. I'll check him out. Yeah, wow. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with a gang of guys out there in Oakland. They very familiar with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Salute.
Yeah.
Oh, see. You guys make sure you guys follow each other because Case is also an artist out of Long Beach, California. So you guys may be able to talk. You guys have your own way of talking that talk. I just enjoy praising and supporting it. You know what I mean? So I respect it completely. One thing I wanted to ask you about something that, the Vegan Queen really make sure her and Nicole Richey really make sure we get this is health and wellness. And because I see you have, you are doing your weights and you're doing your pull-ups and all this stuff. How important do you feel health and wellness
is? And that's a great point to segue, especially our age group. I'm 45. I'm borderline high blood pressure. I've been working out constantly for 10 years, but it's a shift in the culture of what we eat and our lifestyle. So I have been subject to intermittent fasting. Sometimes I go between 15 to 22 hours without a meal. Most of the time I'm in the gym, I'm working out with nothing on my stomach because I'm allowing the fat that I'm storing to burn, and I'll feed off that fuel, which allowed me to lose 16 pounds in 6 weeks. I think it's imperative for our age group because in that transition, one of the silent killers is high blood pressure and heart disease. And sometimes we may have a flutter in our heart. Sometimes we may have a problem with our sight. We may have problems with sleeping or acid reflux, and we think it's just a simple, it'll leave tomorrow. But this body is transitioning, and those are warning signs. I'm not vegan, but I do take very small portions of beef, less fat, more so chicken and fish, and mainly chicken breast. I would love to try some vegan food. I've never tried it before. So maybe we can, the Vegan Queen, we can all get together and do a podcast where we get together and we eating and chopping it up.
That's it.
I love to be a guest.
Putting something like that. I cannot wait to share a vegan. Absolutely. Thank you for that. It's very important. I like to ask those type of questions because to me, it's more than music. We're here because, the stars are aligning the right way for us to do this tonight. You know what I mean? So, one, I appreciate it, but I always want to make sure that people understand that when you walk away from that microphone, you're a person. When you put that pen down, you're a human being. And they may see you out there doing your thing and being the artist that you are, but just to show that respect and let people know that you are, you value yourself. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to be out here. I'm going to be doing my thing. Don't interrupt me.
Let me
Let
type
me,
amen.
get my
I'm typing
exercise on.
amen in there as you're saying that.
Well, you got to say those things because people forget. I think that the intentions are good. People forget, and it's understandable. So I'm here as a friendly reminder, y'all. Anyway, something else I noticed is
I have a thing for socks.
You gotta think.
I have a thing for coordinating my shirts and shoes. So during COVID, when people were afraid to go outside, I was outside. So I went to all types of outlets and everything. I got over 100 pair of shoes sitting over there. And I'm talking, I paid like pennies for shoes worth hundreds. So I decided to go to TJ Maxx, and they had big packs of like superhero socks. I'm like, okay, it's time to get my coordinate on. Shout out to Boss Witherspoon, my coordinate. So my socks got to match in, even if I'm in my flip flops or my Birkenstocks, I got to have on some dope socks.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Let me. Because I just want. Okay, so we're. Here's this song is Code of Respect, and for so many reasons, but the main one that came to mind first is it's the perfect song for the 50-year reunion.
Wow.
Like it fits so perfectly right now. I mean, that one you guys are gonna hear. I know a lot through my additional advertisement and stuff that we're gonna be doing for our shows coming up because I just love everything about it. So
that was Reflection. So
what inspired Code of Respect?
Between 98 and 2002 was probably one of the best times of my life from an artist perspective. I got a chance to meet, all types of artists, from your Lauryn Hills to your Eminems to your Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life Tour. I see one of the DJs. He's like, oh, here's the VIP. I used to go on the Wake Up Show with Sway and King Tech all the time. As a matter of fact, on Sway's Universe, or Sway in the Morning, the 5 Fingers of Death, and next time I talk to him, I want to question him because he calls out topics and people respond to him. I was the first artist in history to go and answer him and text questions in a form of freestyle in 2002. As a matter of fact, I posted it on my Instagram, and I'll send that link for you to check out.
2002, yeah. You were
2002.
For sure. For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so during that time, life was so fast forward. I was paying attention to the people I was meeting, the circles I was involved in, but not the money, the investment, the 401k, the retirement, the benefits, the truth in friendship, the truth in love, the truth in sacrifice and taking trips to Southern California every weekend, whether it's Greyhound or Amtrak, to make sure we get a project done. And I just wanted the perfect project, whereas others were looking for fame and fortune. And it was just a reflection of, because of those decisions, although they were mistakes that caused a slight stumbling block, they were, in the long run, memories I'll never forget. So it's a way of saying, I miss y'all, but if I known then what I know now, somebody would have got their ass whooped, or these songs would have never got recorded.
Not to cut you off, but thinking back 2002, I'm surprised we didn't run into each other in the studios up and down Sunset.
So I used to record at Mum's. There's this guy named Mum's the Word. He had Todd Mumfrey. He had a studio out in LA, right off that strip you're talking about.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, shout out to Aloe Black, an awesome singer. He actually walked in on the session and just hopped on the song because he thought it was dope.
Right.
The Wake Up Show was syndicated out of LA,
Yeah.
so I was there like a lot between 2000 and 2002. Sway showed Major Love. That's the brother. That's family.
Right.
But we may have run into each other. At that time, I was going by Infamous MC.
Right.
So it is quite possible that we've ran into each other. So have you ever went to First Saturdays in LA? The event that First Saturdays, every first Saturday of the month, they used to have like all the celebrities would go there. It was this big event location. Shout out to the Black Eyed Peas, K Solo, the Far Eye. They were all there showing Major Love.
I know. I used to. It was one. I think it was the Fox. I think it was.
There was the Fox.
I went there with a friend of mine's. Back he had the group called LA Finest.
Okay.
His name was
Okay.
Haps.
I remember LA Finest.
Haps.
And
And
there was a club in Echo
DJ
Park.
Quickie Mark. The white guy's name was DJ.
I don't
Quickie
recall
Mark.
him.
He don't.
I do remember there was a club called Elements in Echo Park. I used to be there a lot. There was a spot called Ocean Lounge, right near Azusa in downtown LA. We used to do a lot of performances at. I do recall going to I think it was called the Fox Theater.
Right.
I want to say I do recall going there a few times.
They had
So it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, because I see club promote back then too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So it could be something, but let me kind of get back to this real quick because you guys have a label. Are you still doing that with Retro Groove?
Retro Groove was going to be a label that I was putting together for a project that I did years back, and I never updated my profile. So right now I'm not signed to anyone. I'm your alter ego. So everything that I'm putting out moving forward has just been me using the hard-earned money I make from my 9-to-5 to fund this project with Emo. Shout out to Emo. Shout out to Kaiser on the Beat for the West Side project, which the West Side is basically paying homage to the West Coast. This album's amazing.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, LBC
we need to get
face
you on this
I don't know
on
what
that Kush stock.
Whether it's I have a studio at home.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that, first of all, the ties and connections of this and how this all came about, have to understand the gentleman that linked all this. I've been knowing him since the 5th grade. Right. That's my brother. So his family is my family, and his extended family is my family. I'm Cousin Pete. Right. I just be Cousin Pete. If you got anything you need laid down, all I need is the beat, send away files, knock it out. I'm about making good music. I feel the money of it is a bonus because money can be made anywhere and anyhow. But quality of music is once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I need to. For sure. Yeah, I need to get you with my artist.
Oh,
T Mills. He's a dope dude. Yeah, he's going somewhere. And
if I collaborate, my only request is I follow that artist's lead. Yeah. I feel at this point in my life, being a creative, it's one thing to create someone else's vision and be able to. So whether it's the topic or the concept, I would want to just learn from his experience. So challenge me to get on your page when it comes to putting a song together. So that way I'm following his lead. So yeah, definitely. I'm with it.
Perfect match.
Have you always been like this? Like more humble and giving? Because I've always said that the secret recipe is just kindness and understanding. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to do it. You just remove yourself from the situation. But it just seems like you're so humble.
Oh, hell no. I was a fire starter. That's why they gave me the name Infamous, because I spoke before I thought. You know what I mean? And, you know, whereas after I got married, I got 4 daughters. I'm the only male in this house. Yeah, my oldest is 24. So, yeah, that is where the humility and being humble came from.
Right.
And it's more so I want to see people win.
Okay.
I'm curious about your success. You go on a vacation, when you tell me about what you experienced, I'm a Muppet baby. I'm visualizing that. So I'm high-fiving, and I learned that road as a magnet, if I'm throwing that out, that boomerang effect is going to come back to me. So I'm practicing living that, and I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. I never thought I'd be able to fund my own project, my own production, mixing and mastering, video shooting, movie. But having this energy is what changed my perspective, which then in turn allowed me to have these successes along this journey. So yes, it was a learning process.
Right.
And joy. Joy is a state of being. It's not a state of mind or emotion. So I could be mad as hell and still have joy. Let my drunk uncle come to my birthday party, birthday, my birthday party, and act a fool. We're going to kick his ass out, but that ain't going to stop the party because that joy, I'm still in the groove.
Yeah.
Turn the music up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So joy is your strength. There it is.
That's right. I love it. Thank you for that. Well, I'm thinking that you actually owned it. Do you think you would ever want to own your own? I mean, I guess
yes.
Your alter ego is your own label. Is that what it's
And I would love to bring on the young generation. I'm the OG that just talk in a rocking chair with the pipe and just I could spit with the best of them. But I want these youngsters to come out and show us what we're working with. That's it. Passionate. Look, people throw our generation.
What is you doing? Let the young generation get up in there. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is, to your point, our generation dropped the ball because we were taught to throw javelins, and we brag on how far we can throw the javelin, opposed to throwing a boomerang. So when it comes back, all the experiences and lessons, good and bad, we learn when we pass that boomerang back to the next generation. They got a blueprint. So I'm trying to bring back the blueprint.
And see, and that's and with that vibe and that energy, you know what I'm saying, that draws them more to you. You know what I'm saying? And that create good music, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I don't, you need to get back on that. You know what I'm saying? That label, and it's a lot of young talent out here.
Well, first, I think it's the funding, too. So what I'm looking at, too, is how to create streams of income to be able to fuel that. And first, I have to put myself on the cutting table because I want these youngsters to be able to come in, like the producer I'm working with on West Side. You get 50% of everything, fam. The engineer, you get a percentage because you dope and your input involve everybody. So that way, when it comes back to the table, it's a whole circle. It's no such thing as I in team, except in the a-hole. I'll explain that later. But just having that philosophy in life and knowing who you are. Like when I play Cupid and Just Another Love Song, oh man, trust me. But being confident in myself in the middle of downtown Oakland, they like, man, I ain't about to fool with that buff ass fool. He got wings on. You know what I'm saying? He probably play football looking like Cupid. He good with the Ice Spice wig on. Oh yeah, they was going in, but they respected it because I was comfortable in the skin I was in.
Yeah. You already know.
Oh, for real. What do you think this AI? Because for artists like yourselves, you know, from the beginning, like we're not that far. We were like 5. You know what I mean? So we were in the thick of things. So my thing is, now they have AI that's doing all this new phenomenal.
Oh, they've been
stuff.
doing it. They're just now cutting their costs. So I'll give you an example of that. 95 to 98% of the artists right now that are out, famous or not famous, are an artificial intelligent version of a replica of another artist that trended that same sound. The only difference is you got a computer doing it instead of using us as the computer, because you're cutting the main computer out and you've trained a computer system or operating network to do that. The reason I'm not worried is because there's not an AI that can imitate or emulate what I do. Can't. It's too difficult. It's too difficult.
Yeah. That's amazing. I don't, it's like weird. It's like, in a sense, it seems like, okay, it's cool. But then the other side is, where is this really about to go? Because we were talking about, I thought we would be flying cars by now. I'm glad we're not, because everything else that's going on is so extreme. We don't need to be anywhere yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just like that AI. I want to hear the artist. I want to feel you. I can't feel the soul from a machine. It's just not the same thing. So I hope it doesn't go far. I get the crispness that they may want in the
Right.
sound, but
Well, it depends on how
humanity
we
out of
respond to it too.
artistry.
If you look
Can't
at it
take
from
it
this
out.
angle, hip hop is the only culture that has been, and R&B is slightly there, but hip hop mainly is one of the cultures, pardon my language, that has been hoarded out to the point to where the bag determines the trend. If we decided to go back to how we used to do music, streaming platforms opposed to that, create your own website. We only buy direct from the artist. We start participating and securing this culture back to what we originally established before corporate America got involved. AI won't matter. But if we start buying into it, dancing to it,
Right.
TikToking to it,
Right.
putting it in movies, putting it in cultures, resharing it, we're only embracing the inevitable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a mud.
Well, we've been doing a really good job of that for a very long time. You know, when we went from text, now I am dating myself. When we went from like text to ATM cards, I'm like, I'm not going to use this card. What is this?
Come on now.
Because
I need them points.
Into now we need it.
But it's when it identifies you that makes it dangerous. So for an example, your character is your character. So whether you go from using cash to a debit card, it is not going to change who you are. The moment it changes who you are and your character, that's when it becomes dangerous. So I think that's what we really have to pay attention to, is how bad is this stuff affecting us. That's why I start logging off Instagram. I go down that rabbit hole and I'm looking at a turtle coming out of somebody's nipple. What the hell am I scrolling that for, to see some shit like that for?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We kind of get locked into the program, so it's about snapping ourselves out and bringing ourselves back.
Right.
That's
Turtle coming out somebody's
absolutely
nipple.
right about that. You have to.
I'm guaranteed they probably have.
Hard. All right. It's because when you're trying to do something can mean so much. But that's why I guess, you know, you got to get that money so you can hire people to help you with those certain things, because it does take a lot on you when you're trying to do everything. And I appreciate that. Before we get out of here, though, I got to ask you this. Trees. I seen a post and you had the most beautiful picture.
So either I was
trees.
in my backyard or there's a park about less than 8 blocks from my home, and it has a nature trail full of trees, and it's a beautiful area. Yeah.
Oh my. So
every day. I do about 6 to 7 miles a day. So I work from home, so I'll jog on my first break, jog on my lunch break, jog on my last break, walk 2 miles to the gym, work out for 2.5 hours, walk 2 miles home. And the beauty of it, sometimes I'm emotional, and I know that sounds kind of buff, 200-something pounds, talking about emotional, but you become one with your environment.
Right.
You become one with it. It's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Right. But I think that's what we're missing. We're not connecting like we're supposed to. And whenever I can, I put my feet in the soil, because it's just, you have to connect to the earth. You just have to. There's times where I'll, like, if those nice days the birds are out there, I'll just take my son and go out there and just be like, let's just listen. Don't say nothing. Just listen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Understand, like, it's more than just these games and all this other stuff going on. So I'm a tree person, like, for sure. So when I saw that, I just stopped. I had to look at I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So for you to live up the street from that is a really big blessing. Have you ever wanted to stop? Have you just said, you know what, I'm gonna just raise my family. You know, I don't know what song it was. You'll have to forgive me for that. But you were talking about your wife and just how she like changed
I
you. You know what I mean? Or
got
helped
you.
you a
That's
certain
called I
way.
Got You off
You know what
the
I mean? I listen
Nicest MC
now. I
song.
listen
Yeah,
though.
girl. Oh my god, look at you. Man.
Right. Okay, so you know, I thought that was really dope. So in that time frame, were you going through like, you know what, forget
So
this,
I
like
was
it's not doing what I
22
wanted
when
to
I
do.
got
I'm
married.
not feeling that passion anymore.
When I gave up everything in Oakland, moved to Vegas to be with her. Just like boom. I met this guy that was, I'm not gonna say a name, big industry guy, offering me all kind of stuff, and he said, and I said this in the song. He said, "I own you. If you sign to me, I own you. I tell you how high to jump, when to wake up, when to go to sleep." I'm like, "Well, what about the music I already put out?" He was like, "That's mine now. I own you." I had that man drop me 2 miles from my home, hopped a couple fences of apartment complexes, duck crawl covered. You would have thought I was in Tough Mudder, just so he wouldn't know where I lived. And that morning, I threw all my music in a barbecue pit.
Yeah.
Why black people burn shit in a barbecue pit all the time? But anyways, I threw all it in barbecue pit, set it on fire. My wife went to Walmart, got another pen and pad, and she said, "If you're not going to do it for a profession, at least do it for me." So she's the reason why I'm still doing it. Now, as far as raising a family, it ties back to my bio.
Yeah.
My bio says I'm a family man and a husband that happens to be a
Yeah.
lyricist. So what you guys are hearing are a product of what I'm doing in my real life. My alter ego is Keys. It's not some made up artist that I can't be when I'm off the clock. You know, there's artists that rap a certain way, and when you see them, they totally on their Grey Poupon shit. But on stage, they throwing chairs at motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. I'm just in a more animated version when I'm on your alter ego.
Not to cut you off. It's raw.
Yeah.
It's raw and uncut. So
I think that's.
what you was finna say.
Oh no,
Perfectly fine.
Ah, okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that is what would you call your style? Because it can fit in so many different sections, you know what I mean? So many different genres, I should say. But how would you
I'm a
classify
conversation
yourself, or
instrument.
is there not a
And what I mean by that is how
classification
I
for
learned
you?
how to freestyle with all these crazy techniques and entendres. My boys used to b-boy and break. And I didn't know how to dance. So every time they would switch a move, I'd switch my style, but I'm rapping in my head. So it was about 10 people in the crew. So I'm spending about an hour just flipping different techniques. If he's flaring super fast, I'm rapping fast. If he's popping, I'm rhyming to the popping.
Okay.
If he's grooving, I'm in the pocket of the groove. So I became an instrument as a part of the beat. But I'm conversating. I'm not a hi-hat. I'm not a snare. I'm not a kick. I'm an instrument of voice. So that's what separates my style from the typical artist that sounds the same. Like you hear me, you be like, okay, no, my cadence may change. My flow pattern may change. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what
Anti-gimmick fabrication. Ooh,
fabrication.
you going in. I love it. So the cover of that album was me in a room full of execs, and I'm setting money, blood money, microphone, guns, and all this on fire, chains and all that on fire, and they're hyperventilating in bags. There's a rapper starter kit on the table. So if you go look at that cover, it explains I am against the fabricating of gimmicks. So for me to blow up, I got to be this person, that person. Nothing against them, but I don't have to be you to be the greatest me.
Yeah.
Anti-gimmick fabrication.
Right. That's right.
What I
You
want, not to cut you off,
Yeah.
what I wanted to
Right.
ask you
Yeah.
is this character right here.
That's the video was called.
Y'all been noticing me just like smiling, just like laughing to myself. That's what I'm doing. because I'm sitting there looking at it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. This is reminding me of Rolando Perez. I'm like, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where did you come up with this?
So the concept and the homeboy name is Cupid, C-U-P-I-D, the relationship expert, saving each broken household one relationship at a time. Now Cupid was created from the idea or the concept of I'm looking for someone and another person's looking for someone in a relationship. Cupid tried to hook her up with someone, but it failed. So he tries to make up that by introducing me to that person. So I wanted to come up with a creative way on West Side to be able to rap songs that had a point but have an exaggerated character. So each video is going to have an alter ego, similar to how Martin did his characters, like Romy Rome. Matter of fact, Jerome in the house. That's where Cupid came from. We're going to have George Jefferson. We're going to have Fabio. We're going to have a whole bunch of characters as a part of this that are an alter ego, and that's just one of them to show my ability to act in different character modes.
That's amazing. So, you know, I'm not going to be surprised you on a series somewhere or on this big, you know, because you're very talented. Woody, everyone I've met from Oakland is just phenomenal people, like phenomenal humans. And I know it's so crazy the way that it's described and the way that the people are like night and day. It's great. So I'm glad I got part, right? But everybody is so kind, they're so loving, so they're so giving and talented.
You must be thinking about getting sick.
I want to thank you for here on Bonnet. But before we let you go, I ask for words of encouragement. We always ask our guests to give us words of encouragement because so many people are out here trying to do one or as many as
great,
you're trying
great
to
one.
do. So
you know what? You're going to be my
them?
journalist. Okay, we're going to talk off air about this. But first of all, joy is a state of mind. I mean, a state of being, not a state of mind or a state of emotion. It is strength. Buffaloes, when a tornado is coming, they run towards the tornado, while other animals run away from it. By the time those animals running away from it, the tornado hits them, they're too weak to fight, and they eventually die, most of them. The buffaloes that run through the tornado, by the time they're running through it, the tornado's passing, they're already on the other side eating grass. They're still going through the same pain and affliction that the ones that are going to perish are going through, but they're going through it, not running from it. And the only way you could survive through it is to have joy, regardless of your emotional state. That will keep you balanced. Special shout out, shout out to Don Brady, shout out to Kaiser on the Beat, shout out to Emo, all the features on the West Side product, Anne Marie. Shout out to Centric, everyone that has been involved in this musical experience that I may have left out. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, and there would be no Keys completion without components of you guys being a part of my life. So thank you.
Yes. Remind everybody
C Keys. You can find me on Spotify, C.space.KEYS. I'm on Facebook under C Keys, spelled the same way. Instagram, your alter ego _1. Wow. Apple, you can do a Google search for C Keys or Infamous MC. Click on videos, a whole bunch of streams will pull up. I'm under C Keys on YouTube, and I'll be around, open for features. You know, just I'm a regular guy doing extraordinary things, man, and I'm just a vessel. It's not me. I'm just a vessel. So with West Side, we were anticipating October, but we're thinking about dropping a video every other month in a movie sequence for the next 17 months because we're dropping a video to every song. And at the end, it becomes one full movie, and the album will be the soundtrack to the movie. So I'm still working with Emo and Kaiser in regards to, you know, getting how that concept will arise, but I want a visual experience along with the music.
Good. To get to that,
Shit.
King.
Oh,
You know
no,
how I
no,
am. I have
You
so
okay?
many questions.
Go ahead.
I just kind of go on and on.
No.
Ask him
I've
before he
asked
leaves.
what I really wanted to know and got my answer, and so I'm already ready to talk and get some going with him on the side.
I was gonna tell you, DM me on the sideline, and
Yeah.
then about the publicist thing, DM me about that. I think some things are gonna be moving incredibly fast in the next few months, and I want to be able to have a team for it. I never really saw this as a business, and now that I'm starting to take it serious, it's about to get real serious. So
Summer coming up.
Absolutely,
Man.
as it should. Well, we thank you so much. You are always welcome on Raw
Yeah.
and Uncut. Next time you want to come here and speak your mind, whatever it's about, it's Raw, Uncut, and we're definitely going to intermingle your music into it as well. So you're definitely welcome back as a host
thank
here with
you.
us on Raw and Uncut. So
Happy Easter.
I
Happy
thank
Easter.
y'all.
Happy
You guys
Easter.
enjoy
Thank
your
you.
Easter and right.
Yes.
Be
Love you too.
safe and please.